Okay, next we have the best of the Tom Cruise Spielberg collaboration, Minority Report, where Tom Cruise plays a cop where they can predict when things are going to happen, and then he gets, well, charged with murder before it even happens. And he must find the Minority Report from the precogs. Okay, these next films is more Tom Cruise, but I gotta show them all together. Mission Impossible 1, 2, I pulled this one, 3, and Ghost Protocol. Yeah, the Mission Impossible set. Of course, the first 3, they just have one disc. There's Mission Impossible 1, which is pretty good, directed by Brian De Palma. Second one, the worst one, directed by John Woo. Well, it had to do good enough to spawn at least one sequel, because here's Part 3, directed by J.J. Abrams. And Part 4, which is the only 2-disc version, of course it has the Blu-ray DVD copy, directed by Brad Bird, which is actually, in my opinion, the best one. The Mission Impossible movies. Next, we have a movie from Paramount directed by David and Jerry Zucker. Well, it's mainly just David, starring Leslie Nielsen, The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, based off the TV series Flop from the 70s, right around the time of Airplane. And this is the only one that I think was released separately on Blu-ray. I have not found the other two, which I got cut off again, but the sequels were not as good. Next up, we have Johnny Depp in Rango, directed by Gore Verbinski, director of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. All the animation was done by Industrial Light and Magic. Next, we have a Spielberg, I'm going to say this is a Spielberg classic starring Tom Hanks, Edward Burns, Tom Sizemore, and Matt Damon, Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, about this group of soldiers that have to go save this Private James Ryan, played by Matt Damon. Also includes Vin Diesel and Giovanni... Sorry, I couldn't think of his name, but Giovanni Ribisi, and Barry Pepper's in this as well, and also appearances by Paul Giamatti and Ted Danson, and I think a young Nathan Fillion's in this as well. Now, I don't know why I got this movie, but it's basically the comedic take on the musicals, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Yeah, what's really to say about this movie? Not much, except it's their take on the musicals. Now, this next one is going to probably take up a few videos here from my phone. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, it's Star Trek. The complete series. Well, not the series, but the series of movies. This one is the original cast. It has all 6 movies, plus a bonus disc. First we have the motion picture, which this is the theatrical cut. There is a director's cut, but it's on DVD only, and it's out of print. The Wrath of Khan, which is the classic. And here's Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Here's the worst one, or one of the worst ones. Yeah, one of the worst ones, The Final Frontier, directed by William Shatner. Now, 3 and 4 were directed by Leonard Nimoy. Here's Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, directed by Nicholas Meyer, who directed The Wrath of Khan. And then this one is a little thing where they sit down with a sit-down interview with, well, these four gentlemen right here. William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, Jonathan Frakes, and Patrick Stewart. Hosted by Whoopi Goldberg. Then we have the Generations films. First we got Generations, which a lot of fans did not like that one, mainly because they kill Kirk. But however, they did rebound with First Contact, which is actually the only good Generations cast film. And here's Insurrection. Then the straw that broke the camel's back, Nemesis. Yeah, 2 back-to-back flops. Usually it was every other one. And here is Evolutions, which more of this talks about like the impact of Star Trek, all the different ships, the villains, and a lot of other things like the Borg. Yeah. And then we have the J.J. Abrams reboot of the Star Trek series, which the sequel is coming out pretty soon. I did show the Star Trek reboot by J.J. Abrams. Well, here's another movie by J.J. Abrams, produced by Steven Spielberg, Super 8. The spine is looked more like a Kodak. The Kodak colors. Here's the back. Yeah, the J.J. Abrams tribute to Spielberg. Which I really did enjoy this. Really did. Now here's the last of the Marvel films out of the Paramount collection. Thor, with Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Also Natalie Portman and Anthony Hopkins. The Blu-ray DVD copy. Here's the back. We all know the story of Thor. Now, this also has Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye briefly. Next we have the movie that pretty much launched or relaunched James Cameron's career in the mid-90s, Titanic, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. This is the 4-disc set. There's the movie, just the movie, well, some special features on the first disc. There's more on the second. And here's just the movie split in 2. And I didn't show the back, but here it is, explaining what's on each disc. Now these next 3, I have to show them together. And, well, you can tell it is the Transformers movies, with here being the first one and the best one. Yeah, it's the 2-disc version. Got this during the upgrade and save. Basically, it's just the HD DVD copy put on the Blu-ray. And here's Revenge of the Fallen, which this is not the 2-disc version, but however, I have seen where Walmart, they were the only ones that had the 2-disc version. They are trying to get rid of them for $5. So I might get rid of this and get Revenge of the Fallen, the 2-disc version, at Walmart. And then, of course, here's Dark of the Moon, which has no special features at all. And it's the Blu-ray DVD combo, and it does have some art back here. Here's a better look at the behind the discs. Here's the back. Go ahead and put the discs back in. Yeah, people hated this one, I'm pretty sure. And now they're doing a 4th one. Maybe giving the break may be the best thing for it, and rebooting it. Next is the director's cut of a DreamWorks title starring Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder. And I have yet to listen to the commentary on this, but I've been told that Robert Downey Jr. does the commentary in character. When he's the black guy, he does the black guy voice, and then when he's the Australian character in the film, he does the Australian accent. Next is a Coen Brothers remake of the John Wayne classic, starring Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, Josh Brolin, True Grit, with Jeff Bridges playing Rooster Cogburn, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, which it did earn the award for John Wayne for Best Actor. And then finally starring Tom Cruise, directed by Steven Spielberg, based on the H.G. Wells novel War of the Worlds. What to really say about this movie? Like, there was a lot of hype, but yet, of course, Tom Cruise got most of the attention with his Matt interview with Matt Lauer. Well, that does it for me again, so I'll see you later.